Hello everyone. I want us to look at break-even, what it is, and how to model one for your project. Now, let's assume that you are a business manager and you've realized that your employees need health and safety training, and you've decided to conduct a one-day health and safety training in which you will bring a trainer. Now, your total fixed cost for this for a room that would take 40 people is £350, and this total fixed cost is made up of a room rental, room setup, advertising, and meals for the trainer. Now, the variable cost, which is made up of food and handouts per employee, is £20. The total variable cost will now be equal to the number of employees that signs up times the variable cost per employee. At the moment, we've assumed that nobody has signed up yet, so the total variable cost here is 0. Now, the price of the cost per employee, that's how much you decide to charge each employee to their various departments, is £34. That's how much we've set it. Now, we don't know how we haven't got any employee signed up yet, so we want to determine how many will sign up in order for us to break even. And if you look at what I've got here, I've got a total cost here, which is made up of the total fixed cost plus the total variable cost, and I use the formula for that. Okay, good. Now the total revenue is the cost per each employee times, in this case, £34 times the number of employees that signs up. Nobody has signed up, so that's why you're seeing 0 here. And again, I use the formula for that. The break even is the difference between the total cost and the total revenue. At the moment, it shows minus £350 because we haven't had any revenue yet, so the cost incurred is not a sunk cost, and we have seen that one as a minus here. Now the profit is also 0 contribution, which is the total revenue minus the variable cost. That goes to offset the total fixed cost. We haven't registered anything because there isn't any revenue here. Now let's look at what we can do in this case here. There is a variable tool that you can use, okay, and that variable tool to find the number of people that signs up is this. If you click on data and come to under the forecast here, go and use this go seek. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to set the break even here, the minus £350, the loss there, to 0. Okay, and where do I want to change? I want to change here. I want to see the number of employees that will set the break even to 0, from minus 50 to 0. So I click in here and I say okay, and that shows that 25 people might sign on in order for us to break even. Now again, one thing you can use the go seek to do is you can play with this. You can play with the cost per employee. Again, also I've just done some list here. In my next video, I'll show you how to do this list, which you can just choose values and play with it. You can also change the prices here, and when you change the prices, because you have used formula, this is going to change. Now it's not everybody who is interested in data, tables and so on like this. So let's have some graph plotted. I've got the variables that we need here. So I've got the registrants here. I've made it in section like 5, 10, 20, 15, 20, up to 50 here for space and time. And then the next bit that I want us to do is the variable cost here. So the variable cost will be equal to the number of people that signs up here times how much we are charging per each employee. So it's going to be 20 times, in this case, 0. What I'm going to do is that I will make the £20 here that cell absolute, so that when I fill across, it will just make reference to that £20. and you use the dollar sign to do that. So I'll use the fill handle to fill across, and it does that for me. The next is the fixed cost. Okay, and the fixed cost here is £350. Again, I will just do the absolute again using the dollar sign, control and the dollar control and 4. If you're using the other computer, it's F4, and that will do that for you. So do this, and what it is that I will just fill up here. Okay, I've already used some formula here. The total cost is what? The variable cost, the total variable cost plus the fixed cost. Okay, so that's why I've got it here. So the formula is this plus that variable cost plus the fixed cost. And now the total revenue here also, it's equal to the price per employee times the number of employee that signs up here. And again, I will use that price per employee. I will just make it absolute here so that I can fill across and it will make reference to that. Okay, and I do that. Now the profit is also equal to, if you look at it, the profit is equal to the revenue minus the total fixed cost. Okay, now I've got my graphs here. So this is a break-even point. This is a comprehensive one that includes the blue line here. It's the fixed cost. So when we come here, now this is the break-even point. Okay, so below here where I'm using the cursor here is loss, and from up here going, from the point here up going, the intersection up going is break-even. Okay, if we come here, it's just the same thing here. So this is how you can also understand it. And thank you very much for watching, and expect some more videos.